Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. This reading is for Friday, November 20th, 2020, but it's also going to be a timeless reading for healing our soul. At least that's always my intention. So whatever it is that we need to know in order to evolve and heal and come back home to who we truly are. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man as the theme, and then we have the Page of Swords reversed and the King of Swords reversed. Okay, well, this is beautiful. The Hanged Man is all about seeing things, seeing life from a different angle, and when it comes to looking at things from different angles, the best way, I think, is to look at all the different, look at your false beliefs from many different angles. Question them. Are they true? Is this true? You get in touch with a false belief, and I say that because we've got the way the mind works with these two cards. And even if these two cards weren't here and we were just reading this card, the gateway through the Hanged Man, through the level of evolving through the major arcana, the Hanged Man is all about surrendering. Surrendering to the possibility that there's a new way to do something. And you can look at, this beautiful card. She's hanging on silks. One of my friends, at least I think we're friends. We're kind of just friends over Instagram. But I love her. Her name's Jo, and she's with Stardust Fitness, and she created a company where they exercise, they work out, they do all types of strength training on silks. And then after the coronavirus, she made a way to sell them at home. So if you're so inclined to, and I guess it works for all ages, but if you're so inclined, you could have one of these installed in your home and you could exercise that way. So I always remember her when I see this card. But what a different angle, she brought into strength training. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's Stardust Fitness on Instagram, and you can see videos of how they do it, and you can see her beautiful body and how she got there. So anyway, that's just one physical way. Another physical way with the Hanged Man is about surrendering to looking at things from all different perspectives, opening up your perception in a brand new way that you hadn't thought of before. Primarily it's about surrendering. It comes after the 11 card, so if you have the Justice card here, at least in the Rider-Waite system, the chronological order, it has the Justice card here. So it's about balance, and it's about fairness and equality. And then we have the Hanged Man come in, and it's like, okay, where are we out of balance? Where haven't we been thinking along the lines of keeping our lives balanced, but finding the truth and operating? And from that new perspective, you can surrender into the next card, which is the Death card, which is really just about an ego death. Not that you get rid of your ego, but you transform it into a stronger, healthier ego, which is the only way you can, let go of it and function from your higher self. So the Hanged Man helps us get into our highest self. So does the Hermit card that comes way before. But the Hanged Man is a real test, because usually when it comes in, we're in a process of suspension. Something has happened in our lives where we have to just hang loose, literally. It can be a real card of limbo. So if you're in limbo right now, just know that many people are as well. It's a time for letting go of what doesn't work. It's a time to be okay with not knowing the outcome of something. It's like I said, it's like an ego sacrifice. just meaning that, you're not really sacrificing who you are at all, and you never need to do that. But it's about sacrificing some area of your life that just isn't working anymore. But self-reflection, knowing the light is within you, knowing the universe has your back, and the universe is bound by law to receive you. Because remember, the Justice card comes before this, and the universe is bound by law to receive all of you. So again, it's that old Carl Jung quote, that says, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So this is about searching for whatever unconscious tapes we have going that can keep us kind of stuck. But also to let yourself be like the caterpillar in the cocoon. Let yourself, especially for those of us who are going through winter time, it's a perfect time of year to self-reflect and to take our time and to not have any forcing currents about, it needs to be a certain way, that our lives need to be a certain way for us to feel better about ourselves. And I say that especially because with the Page of Swords reversed, you can see when this card is upright, it's about gathering new ideas and lots of information and research and studying, but making sure you get the truth. Now, when it's reversed, maybe some truth that you got in the past, or what you thought was true in the past, has come through, and now you're reassessing. Because maybe it really wasn't true. And it can be sometimes like bad news. It can sometimes be something legal. It can sometimes be just somebody in your life that's been a lot of, all talk and no action. And now you're going, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? And you're having to find a whole new way. It can also be, somebody that's been playing mind games and somebody who's been manipulating. When the Page of Swords is reversed, it's often, like the liars and the grifters and the scam artists. And boy, they're out there now. I mean, it's amazing the phishing emails I get from all types of, all companies that you would think. Like yesterday I got one from Google for an email that I had never set up a Google account with. Right? So I knew that there was even though it looked very, very official, and even the return, the email that had been sent from looked very official. I couldn't find anything by looking at it, but I knew enough to know that, oh, wait a minute, this email that they've sent this to me, I don't have a Google account with, or if I did, it's so old that there's no need to reset my password, which is what they were phishing, So it can be something like that. It can, because we're in the realm of swords, it can definitely be something online. It could just be that it's a bad idea and bad news. It can be scammers. It can be liars. It can be deception, manipulation. It can also be us if we're going in vicious circles in our head and we're like in that, mental masturbation place. It can be that. It can definitely be that. And so you have to let go and surrender. And you have to look at things from all different angles to get to the truth. Which is what the King of Swords is all about, is the truth and seen from a higher perspective. But because it came through reversed, then the warning there is to get to the place where you can see the big picture of something. Because the King of Swords has this quality of somebody manipulating. It can, when it's straight up, it has to do with, truth and clear thinking and integrity and, the law. But when it's reversed, it's the opposite of that. It's a lack of integrity. It's someone who's manipulating, and there's, a lack of morals, and this person can be very corrupt and cold. Now, when it comes to childhood wounding, if you had people like this in your life, if you had parents that you thought you could trust, or this could be a sibling who manipulated and abused mentally. These cards can come through. And then, if that's the case, the task here is to just keep surrendering to your higher self, keep surrendering to your guides, keep surrendering to all the love in the universe, the forces of love, the cosmic intelligence. Surrender to all of that and ask for the truth. And then that will bring you into a place where you could do your own research if you need to do that, in the physical realm, or you get new information just for you, and then you step into your own authority and you see the bigger picture, and you're the authority in your life now. As an adult, you're the authority in your life now. No matter what happened in your, childhood or past lives, no matter who the abusers were, the only power there is in going in the past is to figure out what the false beliefs are and were and could still be operating in our lives. But other than that, to dwell on these people, whoever these players were, because the pages, queens, kings, and knights, didn't say that in the right order, pages, knights, queens, and kings, they are often people. They're often players in our lives, but not always. It sometimes can just be the quality, where a page would be a younger aspect of ourselves. Someone's just starting out, or a new project that's just starting out. And then, of course, the king would be, matured and structured, and we're already there. And then the queens nurture, the knights are movement. So, but getting out of, a tarot lesson and just getting back into the energy of soul healing. The King of Swords is definitely about our own integrity, finding our own truth, and our own independence. Independently seeking out the truth. And surrendering to the fact that as adults we have to bring in our own independence in order to heal and move forward, and to be our own authorities, coming from our own integrity. That we really only do have integrity when we are independent and independent thinkers. So I think that's the bigger lesson. To surrender to our own independent, to surrender to the need for our own independent thinking to come through. And that will bring us into our integrity. That's where we'll see the truth. And you can see the beautiful, all these beautiful little creatures in this card. There's the wise owl. I think these might be eagle feathers around his wrist. There's the bat for rebirth. There's the crow for spiritual law. And there's the dragonfly in the background that shows that you can overcome any illusion, and you can create just about anything within reason that you want on earth. In fact, it's already there for you in the spiritual realm. It just takes time to bring it in. Yeah, and notice how, of course, he's up at the top of a mountain. So the big picture, the wisdom of the big picture. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. I'm trying to feel, is there anything else? Closing your eyes in meditation. You don't have to hang upside down if it doesn't feel good for your body, but this does have the quality of just looking at all different angles. So moving through life, by going inside and being more inwardly focused, will help open your third eye and help open your intuition. And just to remember, most of all, just remember the universe has your back. You're the one that puts the intentions into the universe, and then that will be mirrored back to you. And to the degree that you're successful or not has to do with any obstacles that would be in the way. It's kind of like just remembering, if you have point A and point B, and you can't seem to get to point B, you always have to figure out what's in the way. It's just like in a garden, you have to pull the weeds. And they're always just false beliefs. And we can sometimes go into that justification place of saying, oh, well, yeah, well, this has happened in the past, so of course it's true. Well, that's a mental, I can't say the four-letter word I want to say, but it's a mind, It's not true. Just because something has been true in the past doesn't mean if it's not based in true reality, then it doesn't have to be recreated again, because it's been in there in the past. It happened in the past, The liars, cheaters, grifters, con artists, or the false beliefs have been that way in the past because we needed to make it conscious. So again, it's back to the Carl Jung quote about making the unconscious conscious so that it can stop being fate for us. We always have our free will. And if we use our free will, our intention and our free will, all the energy in the universe will wrap around our intention, and we will eventually get to the truth. We may have to ask many, many times, what is the truth here? If all you really want, and you're very, very focused and surrendered to the truth, you'll get it. Surrendering to the truth. Okay, well, I'm done. Thanks, you guys. Oh, you take good care, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back for Saturdays. Okay, bye.